Hello CityGates family, and welcome to another In Conversation with one of our elders. So today I actually have the privilege of interviewing Mark, who is also my husband. So this might be an interview with a little bit of a difference. Hi darling.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Now, how about you start by just introducing yourself and telling everyone about you.
So I'm Mark. We've been in Dubai for 5 years, since the beginning of 2017, and turns out we arrived pretty much when City Hill became City Hill. So that's how long we've been part of the church, and I've come into the eldership in the last year or so. I've been involved with the City Hill elders.
Yeah, so you were never, just to make it clear, you were never part of Gateway before the changes?
No,
and yeah.
No, I know a lot of the people at City Hill and at Gateway have sort of crossed over and have history with the other church, but no, we were never part of Gateway before. We were always just at City Hill.
Yeah, okay. So my first question for you is, how did you feel when Fusi first brought this idea of the merging of the churches before the eldership? What was your initial reaction?
I did think initially this was an exciting opportunity. It felt like, as this coming out of COVID, it was a new season for the church, certainly at City Hill, getting the new building and working through all of this. And even through COVID, we had met with Pete to try and find venues that we might have been able to share a venue somehow with Gateway. And so that was an experience with Pete before, and also previously we had been to the hub a couple of years ago when we were new to Dubai. And so that was our little bit of past with Gateway, and this did seem like a great time to start afresh, this new season, almost a relaunch out of COVID, but now for the churches to join together seemed like a great opportunity. So I did think this was an exciting time and an exciting opportunity that we could work together.
Yeah, and I do remember you being quite positive and quite excited by when we were talking about it after Fusi had told you. And do you still feel the same way now? I mean, it's been, what, 2 months since?
Yeah, as we've talked through it, and especially the people we know at City Hill that we've asked about, you know, their time before at Gateway, before there was the two churches, and the fact that a lot of these people in our city group especially, they've got friends there, or maybe even family that are still
those Pereiras are everywhere.
Yeah. The fact that there was still those strong ties between the two churches, even if we were meeting separately, it seems like we were a little nervous to start with. Would there be some tensions there? But I think the feedback we've had has been overwhelmingly positive, so that helps, I guess, to reinforce how I was feeling about it. And particularly, I guess, in light of the prophetic word that we did have shared from a couple of years ago about doing more together and the churches coming together more. Yeah, that's really helped to be a reinforcement that this really seems the right way to go and the right plan for the church.
Yeah. Looking forward, I mean, we've got, I think, 6 weeks now, 7 weeks until we'll be officially together. What is it that you're excited about most?
What I'm excited about is what CityGates as a new church can achieve. Because we won't have two sets of people trying to do the same thing in different places, we can achieve a lot more together by using everyone's time and energy to work for the same projects and do those things better, and also that we'll be able to actually branch out and do other things that perhaps we didn't have the manpower to do before. I think that's really exciting. Things like trying to reach the city more, reach perhaps workers' camps around the area of the church. It'll be great that having more people will be able to, we as a church will be able to do these programs better by having more people to get involved and carry those things. So that's what I think is really exciting. And the things that we're already doing, having more people involved and bringing all our strengths together, will be stronger together, I think, as the two churches becoming one.
Yeah. I know that this time of transition is going to be quite nerve-wracking for a lot of people. It's going to make people question their position or their roles, or even question whether they should keep serving as they are at the moment, or what will their new role look like once we become CITYGATES. What advice or tips do you have for people who are trying to navigate this merger and this time of transition?
Well, I think one thing that I've found whenever I've changed churches before, and that's kind of what's happening, is we're changing to a new church, is getting involved and serving is a great way to become really part of the church. So whatever you're doing, if you're involved, stay involved. If you're not involved, get involved. I think if you can help, really look to get into that team and get to know the other people in the teams. Form new friendships if you don't know those people from the other church that you might be working with. And so I think that's a great way of allaying those fears, is be a part of it. If you're part of a team, you can help the way that it changes and the way it shapes into a new team. I don't think we want the worship team to come from one church and the kids team to come from another church. We want all these teams to come together, and if you're part of that team, that would be great, and you can help shape it, and you can create the new culture for CITYGATES Church. And I think that's an exciting way we can go about this.
So you don't think that just because there's more people, it means that now there's other people to serve, we can all step back now? Like,
Definitely not.
I've heard that little rumour going around.
No, I think, like I said before, with more people, we can do things better and bigger, and I think we need all the hands to make that happen. I don't think it's a time for a rest. I think it's a time to get involved and see how you can help. Be part of the change and be part of this exciting new chapter for these two churches coming together.
Yeah, so definitely a time to ask God to lead you and to take you into the area of serving that He wants you to do, to be a part of.
Yeah, we even had a message along those lines not too long ago in our Doctrine series, where I really felt challenged to pray for where can I serve, and do I have the gifts to serve in the areas that I want to serve, and how do I pray about that? Pray for either desire to serve where my gifts are appropriate, or pray for the gifts to serve, gifts to improve to serve in the area I want to serve. So I think that's definitely something we can all think about and pray about, is how can we be most helpful and how can we serve God in this time of two churches coming together.
So, CITYGATES, this is Mark. As you've just heard from him, he is very passionate about serving and passionate about getting other people involved in our church. So stay tuned, there's going to be many more of these interviews, and you can hear from other people from our churches. Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you.
It's been a pleasure.
Nice to chat.
We should do this again soon.